So on February 2, I made my way to school because we were going to have a night trip going to our first destination. And mind you, this is like in the middle of the term, so I'm not exactly close with the people that I'm taking this trip with. So the first bus ride was an interesting one. After 3 days of irregular sleep, I'd never thought that a bus ride was all I needed to give me the 8 hours I wanted. In the morning, we arrived at the Banawe Hotel and it was really cold. The Banawe Hotel was fairly interesting to me because it gave me such a overlook hotel vibe. The hotel that was in The Shining, I just couldn't help compare the two, especially with the wood paneling and how it seemed so isolated and cold.
When the place was built in 1907, this site was chosen for its seclusion and scenic beauty.
Anyway, we ate a little and we made our way out to ride this jeep for 2 more hours to head to Segada. The road was steep and shaky, so I couldn't really get any good moving shots on the way to Segada, but hopefully what you're seeing is good enough from what I cut. After that scenic 2-hour jeepney ride, we arrived at the Bontoc Museum, where sadly no cameras were allowed inside the specific museum, but they were allowed outside by their courtyard. After a few minutes, we skedaddled all the way to Segada, to the place where we were staying for the night, called Mastere Country Inn Restaurant? Master? I'm not sure. So we got to the inn, we settled down, placed our bags in our rooms, and prepared for our afternoon activity. Of course, we had to take another jeep ride, and we saw scenic views before we got to the cave. Now, this cave is really important to Segada history because this was the resting place for some of the old tribes there. This shielded people from global warfare during World War II, and ever since then, it's become a tourist spot for Spelunking, if that's the proper word. The cave was cold and dark and wet, and all we really had on were shorts and shirts because we were led to believe this was kinda like a harder hike, so to speak, but it really wasn't. Of course, this cave had pathways and guides to show you where to go, but it wasn't really the safest looking thing. I bet that if you could just slip and do the wrong thing, you could fall and just instantly hurt yourself. Also, it kind of reminded us of Mario. Instagram shoot At one point we had to take off our slippers, and there's a lot of slippery rocks. There were puddles of water and puddles of something else. I don't know. There were a lot of bats in that cave. The cave exploration had different phases to its route, so there were only 4, and nearing the 3rd one, it was pointed out to me that the puddle I was standing in was actually a dinosaur's foot, and it was really cool. So nearing the end of the cave, there's like this lake, and it's really cold and some parts are deep. You really can't tell because it's dark. But this guy named Gucci on my shirt and his friends started swimming in it, and I was like, you know what? I'll swim with them too. But the sad part is I don't have my GoPro ran out of battery, so I don't have any video. But here are some pictures. That's the water I would eventually get into, and that's me before I did it. I actually took off my shirt because I was scared it might get too cold and stick to me, while others had their shirts on, so it was kind of weird. But like, how many people can say I was shirtless swimming in a cave? Also, there was this really creepy hole. Dude, there's a hole!
And a hole.
So after all that, we head up out of the cave, which was also difficult in itself. So after the cave, we also went to Lumiyang Burial Cave, which I don't have any footage of because it was really dark. We head back to the inn, we rested, and we may have had a few glasses, bottles of the local wine. Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching part 1 of this video. Part 2 will be up soon. I didn't want this video to stay for long. If this video didn't suffice to your needs, here's a little bit of a sneak peek for the next one. Hope to catch you next video. Like and subscribe and all that. Bye.